Okay, so here's the story. A few years ago, I went on a road trip here in Denmark and thought it would be funny to try and make it look like an intense, high-speed car chase. So I did, and even though it was meant as a joke, it actually kind of worked. And the reason is that I used a few basic, but extremely important and effective filmmaking techniques. But before we get there and talk about them, let's have a look at it first. You're driving so fast. Brilliant. I mean, it is obviously a parody. You can see the speed going down as we're speeding up, or whatever those heater turbo booster things are. But why did it work? Well, it all boils down to two things: cinematography and sound design. To start off, it was really important how I filmed it. If I didn't set myself up for success from the very beginning, later on when I edited, no matter how much saving it in post I was doing, it was never going to work. Since we were obviously driving slowly, at times the speed limit was 40, I had to be very smart with the camera angles, and especially the camera movement. For the most part, I was shaking the camera on purpose, which really helps convey speed and urgency. And you also want to be a little bit careful with that one, because if you overdo it, it instantly becomes unwatchable. And by the way, sometimes filming things like that in real life can look a little bit ridiculous. Now, let's get into the sound design, which is arguably even more important. To start off, I found a background music that fits the tone, and then cut it down to fit the timing of the scene. And then the majority of the time was spent on looking for sound effects and matching them to the footage. Everything that you hear, the door opening, closing, the car sounds, the engine noises, everything was added later on. And to demonstrate how important it is, let's have a look at it with the original audio. And now, with the sound effects added on. I'm also no car expert at all, so I'm pretty sure that none of the engine noises or car sound effects made sense, since they're taken from different cars, but this is one of those cases that, as long as it got the job done and it felt right, it was probably okay. I also added a little visual effect in here, just because I thought it was funny. And there you have it, a quick little experiment to show the freedom we have as filmmakers. There is an incredible amount of tools and things we can do to make sure the audience is engaged and fully invested in our story. And while we're at it, we might as well have a little bit of fun. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. We're on the way back, but look at that sunset. Wow.